Alright guys, we are here at another episode from Mentor Asia Pacific. Once again, I'm Alvin Song and I'm your host. Today we have CJ. She's going to tell us about her story. Right now she is the president of Breaking Waves Theater Company. It's a new theater company that just started on Guam. Hopefully we get to hear the story about that. But thanks for being on the show, CJ.
Thank you for having me.
Right on. So let's talk first. Let's share one thing that most people might not know about you.
Okay, something that most people might not know about me is that even though I graduated with a theater major and I'm super into theater, I can't act. So I am definitely the backstage kind of person, the coordination, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a second, but definitely it is very rare to see me on stage because as much as I love theater, I'm just not comfortable acting.
So no acting for CJ. She doesn't want to be on front stage. I guess that's going to lead into the next question. Share your stories. Tell us where you got this idea to build Breaking Waves Theater.
Okay, so basically I graduated with a theater major from the University of Guam. I spent a good amount of the last few years studying there and developing. And so my focus as a theater major was stage management. So a stage manager is someone who kind of coordinates the show. Whenever you see a show, you know, you have light cues and sound cues and obviously the actors. And it's actually kind of like the stage manager who gets that all together. So during the rehearsal process, they're the ones on the script. And then during the show, they're the ones kind of calling the light cues and coordinating the crew. So I spent a good few years studying that. And then after I graduated in 2016, it was kind of like, what's next? And so what a lot of theater majors and minors on Guam, they tend to do is, you know, they stay here for a couple years, save up some money, and then go off to the States to try to pursue theater professionally. So I got together with some of my other graduates from the university and we're like, is there anything we can do to kind of fill that gap, you know? Because a lot of times we graduate and then we go back to helping with the university theater. We help with high school productions, which isn't bad at all, but you know, we want to kind of have a growth progression. And so we were like, why don't we just start a theater company?
So talk me through some of the struggles that you may have had.
Okay, so struggles personally or with the theater company? What do we?
Let's do with the theater company first, and then let's go into personal.
Okay, so I mean, just starting, I think, an arts organization in general is a little bit challenging. You know, a lot of things you'll hear. Obviously, we all know the stereotypes with like artists and stuff. It's the starving artist stereotype, and so one of the hardest parts is, you know, of course, getting the funds to start a company, especially something that's arts-based. But so that's kind of been a big struggle, but, you know, we're doing shows and, you know, we're bringing in sales to try to just help bring the company forward and stuff. So that's a big struggle. And in general, it's kind of like it's a learning curve. You know, I'm currently studying arts leadership and cultural management at the Colorado State University at the master's level, and so I'm kind of learning how to start a nonprofit company while also starting one. It's definitely there's a lot to it, more than, you know, I realize at face value, but I have a really great team behind me and alongside of me and we're getting there. Yeah, so I kind of want to talk a little bit about like why I'm actually in theater in the first place. And so another fun fact is I didn't actually start as a theater major when I first entered the university level. I actually started as a pre-med major. And at the end of my freshman year of college, I went through a really dark period where basically I attempted suicide, and I was diagnosed with clinical depression at the end of my freshman year of college after that. And you know, so I was actually out in the States when that happened. I had gone to college in California, and then I came home that summer, and you know, I struggled a lot for the first year being home, like really struggling with my depression and you know, learning how to live with a mental illness. And then I found, it sounds super cliche, but then I found theater. You know, I took a Theater 101 class here at the University of Guam, and I found my passion in the arts, and I found healing through the arts. And so that's why sorry, I'm getting a little shaky here, but you know, that's why I decided to pursue the arts. And so part of the theater company too is like, you know, each of us, me and my business partners, we all have you know, our own passions within theater, and like one of mine is really using theater to reach at-risk youth. You know, youth with a lot of similar issues that I went to and other issues, and kind of showing them that, there is power in the arts and there's healing in theater, music, whichever art form you choose to pursue. And so that's a big thing. I went through a lot of struggles emotionally, mentally, and of course, depression is something you live with every day, but every day I find the healing in theater, and I want to bring it to the community of Guam.
So you found healing in the theater, and I'm pretty sure that there were people along the way that brought you that healing. So
Yes.
talk to me about some of those people that were mentors that inspired you in the theater.
Okay, so one of my biggest mentors is actually my uncle, Ernest Ochoco. He currently runs the Gate Theater program, and you've probably seen his names on a lot of the big musicals that have come to Guam in the last many years, actually. And so he, growing up with an uncle who was in theater, it kind of, I think, taught me that, you don't just have to have a career in like medicine or law, which is not bad at all. Those careers are amazing, but that you can also pursue the arts. It can be more than just like drama club in high school. It can be a lifestyle, and so he really taught me that. Another one of my mentors was Professor Michelle Bloss. She's actually the professor here for theater, and I took her class when I first moved back here from California. And her passion for the theater and her drive just inspired me, and she kind of became, and still is, one of my mentors even now that I'm graduated.
What piece of advice, one or two pieces of advice that you can give to someone that is kind of sheltered and thinking about how they want to pursue the art and they're afraid to push that envelope? What advice would you give them?
It sounds really cliche, but the advice I would give is life is too short not to pursue your dreams. I spent a lot of time pretending that I wanted to be something else, pretending I wanted to go into the medical field, and it pushed me. I mean, definitely explore your options, but at the same time, don't be afraid to just go for it. You hear all this stuff like, if you're going to be an actor or a musician, you're going to be a starving artist, but there is a way to be an artist and to make money and to live a good life, and it starts with your passion, and it starts with choosing to make that step. And so even though it's scary, because obviously we live in a society where you're not necessarily gonna get patted on the back for deciding to major in theater or music, go for it, because we only have one life to live, and so don't waste your time trying to please other people when you know deep down what you really want to be doing.
Alright guys, this is the Breaking Wave Theater Company. This is CJ, their president. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Mentor Asia Pacific. I'm going to put all her links down below, so if you know what's happening, and we're stay tuned. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye, CJ.
Thanks.
Thanks guys for tuning in to Mentor Asia Pacific. Once again, I'm Alvin Sanga. Check out all our social media, that's going to be linked down below. Stay tuned, more mentors are to come. We're going to be releasing a mentor every week. And please leave a comment down below for any mentors that you'd like to be featured on the channel, any business professional, entrepreneur, or anybody that you believe is inspiring and can provide to be a mentor for the youth of Guam. Until next time, thank you very much. Sanga out.